81 cars, most of which were double occupancy. So there's a lot of humans. A lot of humans, a lot of cars. Definitely attrition. There was definitely attrition.
How many cars finished today?
I don't. But definitely some cars where I would look back at photos from the first day. I remember seeing that car after the first day. And substitutions, if your car fails to proceed. That's the other thing, the luxurious things. Vine was a sponsor, and they would give you a Julia loan if your car failed to complete the day.
The joke there was a thing. Julia portfolio, it would have also failed.
Yes. I'd actually never heard that joke being made, but I'm sure a lot of people are thinking it.
My 1950 whatever stuff better not break down or be broken down a bit.
Yeah.
They're not built.
And people would sub in various cars if theirs failed to proceed. If they had something handy nearby, we provided a car that was from the 70s. So one guy trucked down a replacement for his car after his car failed on the first day. So, make it happen. It was a guy in a modern Ferrari who was obviously a substitution, and a guy in a Porsche 993. So the group gets increasingly sort of less orderly and more discordant as time progresses.
Cool. I hope to go next year.
Yes, certainly worth attending.
A live podcast. 1,000-mile live podcast next year.
In the car. Yeah. I think it would be.
And I'm replacing a fuse.
Yes. It's
just
a vlog. It would be a vlog of now we're stuck on the road doing this. Or that. Yeah.
I did this once in the Bay Rally, which is the Big Apple to Big Easy. So I love that your latest experience is the most prestigious rally. My favorite was was it $200 or $500? $500 shitbox rally to Bay Rally, Big Apple to Big Easy. We've talked about this in the past, but we got a $400 Cadillac stretch limo. It was an 83 Caddy stretch limo. We had to make it from New York to down.
Yes.
100,000 times.
You're trying to
in costume.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Trying to create opportunity for chaos, basically controlled chaos. That's what all of this is, in some sense.
Big Rally really should have had mechanics on site.
Yeah.
And trailers, because we all need brain help.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's whether you're rich or poor, chaos is fun.
Yes.
It's my answer. Cool.
Okay, thanks for joining us. We'll see you back next week, probably. Okay.
The Driving While Awesome podcast is recorded live to SD card at Beeline Motor Club in Santa Cruz, California.
Where am I? And where are you?
Could you imagine his head? I mean, inside his little head.
Egocidal vehicular.
There's no doubt poor rats are fast.
What about the people that putting their fingers over the license plate?
Keiichi Tsuchiya.
Those cars have such a cute little face, It's like a little salamander or something, I'm riding dirty right now.
OffTheRecord.com. Fight those tickets. If you don't win, you don't pay. All you have to do is download the app, snap a photo of your ticket, answer a few questions, get matched to an experienced lawyer, and you won't pay for the ticket. Enter code AWESOME to get a nice discount.
Welcome to Driving While Awesome. My name's Mark. And Lane is in Japan. If anyone follows Lane or Driving While Awesome, anything on Instagram, you probably noticed that Lane is in Japan. I think he has no other video games or anything, so it's just when it comes to downtime, it's Instagram. Pretty good show. And he's got the content for it. Yeah, that's funny that you mentioned the video games, because when I was in there, on business trips, I could spend about 2 weeks there in region, and then I'd come back. But I would, the reason I say that I would come back is because I actually ran the company in Asia, and I was in charge of our distribution. And so I would spend 2 weeks there, 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there, 2 weeks here. I did that for almost 4 years, which is insane. Yeah, and I would plan it where, I would do work, and then I would squeeze in all of these other side trips, right? I would go check out things, food actually, I just went to get my ass kicked more than it. But it was really fun though, because the little side tracks, side hustles. I was trying to find like some things for him to check out while he was there. I made some recommendations. You saw that via text. Some of them involved capturing content, and some of them involved some food. But yeah, he's with Clark, right? They were doing some scouting.
Yeah, well, I was under the impression they were doing a rally pre-run and some kind of marketing stuff for the Round Cat rallies out in Japan. Look it up if you're interested in doing something like that. But yeah, he posted a picture that basically looked like they were just going on a rally. So it was like 8 people and they were all driving, and that's the impression I got. I don't know the deets, but I'm sure we'll get it on a future episode of Driving Home Awesome.
So maybe this is like you're like a beta tester, so they get like a discounted rate, or it's free.
This is
and they get,
like when you open a restaurant, you do a friends and family soft launch, and you work out all the kinks with them. No real pressure. No one's reviewing the rally. No one's writing an article, and then you run it for realsies. But I don't know. We'll see what's happening. One thing video game related I wanted to mention. Someone much smarter than me on Instagram posted that why the hell aren't there arcades in airports?
I feel like they used to be, right? Am I imagining that?
I think you're thinking of malls.
I think I'm thinking of malls.
People shopped at indoor shopping centers,
large, wide hallways.
Large, yeah. Many stores all inside, and arcades were a very big part of malls.
Dude, hell yeah! I spent a lot of time.
Imagine like a vintage pinball room that you could go in and kill 20-30 minutes. Pretty damn easy. Street Fighter competition zone for art over there.
It's fresh off the other competition.
Daytona, a Daytona panel yonder. I don't know. The airports, man. It's a place you want to kill time, and all there is people shopping.
There's this little rectangular device that most people have in their pocket that have a ton of video games on there.
I know, but
people just kind of do that whole thing.
Pinball, for one, I'm not a huge pinball person, but that's like its own, cultural thing that people like to do, and you have to stand up to do it. There's like a little bit of technique and athletics involved.
Yeah, I mean, or they can just. How about an entire place of things that you can punch and kick, like
yeah, totally.
There's I'm envisioning it's like a torso with a face, but then you also have the thing that you punch that measures how your strength or
how hard you hit it.
Yeah.
Force. But are they dressed like TSA people, or is it just something?
Or you can select the face. You can put like your favorite president or something maybe on there.
I like that actually. Yeah. Anyhow, arcades. I don't know why that's not a thing. You're telling me that no one wants to play arcades because they have a phone.
Dude, I feel like I feel like for that type of scenario, like an arcade is the places that I've gone to more recently. They are like a destination, and it's like the whole. You plan your whole night around it. There's this rad bar, and like you meet up friends there, and it's like versus being solo. I feel like there's less of a social element, So it's just
because video games are so social.
I mean, but going collectively to party at this place, I feel like that's like
how people very
treat
unique
arcades
thing
now.
to like certain cities have that, but there's arcades that people just go in the depths, and kids too. Don't forget
kids are a thing for sure. They're definitely a thing.
Kids are a thing.
Yeah.
Traveling with children, and there's like all of a sudden you can go play some video games for 20 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, they can also.
I can't believe I'm getting more support. Also, just on this. You're my guy.
I'm super down. But I think that the fact of the matter is that kids have iPads and kids have X, and I feel like that's the world they're in. But yes, I agree with you. I feel like there's a case to be made. Like I feel like if you're an airport and you want to, or if you're a business owner and you want to, because ultimately they lease those spaces. Those are all run by businesses, right? So you can come in and decide to build an arcade there, and you can make a case to parents, especially as you're describing, like something interactive that they can be doing other shit with. Shooting a step further. Shoot or robots.
Yes. Or a Golden Tee. Let me go a step further around you here. A Dave & Buster's light. A mini Dave & Buster's. Food. Some entertainment. Pop a shot. You get the little basketball. You get
Skee ball?
Skee ball, yes. Dude, I like it. How about those claw machine things? Those are good, right?
I mean, claw machines. There's now places that just have a room of claw machines.
In Japan, they do.
In Japan, but even here, I think at the boardwalk, there's one now, and it's like, get out of here with your claw machines.
Yep.
Even if you win something, it's junk. Unless it's those really good ones where it's like you win a
Casio watch or something?
iPhone or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think there's a case to be made. And
Sarah told me that she saw there was a pinball thing or some sort of arcade at Seattle Airport, and I've been there many times, and I've never seen it. I've never heard about it. So I'm crying BS on that until I see it. I'm going twice in the summer.
Unless we're flying out of the TAC side and it's on the C side. See?
Oh, right.
Because it is SeaTac Airport.
See all the tags. Yep, it's true. So anyhow, that's all I have to say about that. If anyone wants to call in and tell me about airports with arcades, I'm all ears. But as far as I know, I've never seen it, which seems very weird. Vegas, however, does have slot machines, and I think they do pretty damn well because, surprise, surprise, you have a lot of time to kill. What are you going to do? Play Wheel of Fortune. That's it.
So that's all, man. Should we kick it off with some E30 updates?
It's E30 updates.
So I did mention a while ago that I had not necessarily an idle issue, but it was a sort of a binding stuck throttle issue where it wouldn't return all the way down back to idle. It would sort of get stuck at like anywhere between 1,500 to 3,000 RPM. And so I did some troubleshooting. I really looked at the entire thing. I pulled out the panel from underneath. I looked at the cable itself. I did find it rubbing up against the little trim piece that's on the firewall that I trimmed. Didn't make a difference. And then I went into the engine and into the engine bay rather, and I started to mess with the actual the throttle body and looking at all the components. I couldn't see anything that was off. Everything seemed totally normal. And so from the engine, I would fire it up, and then in the engine bay, I would manually skip the pedal, manually, rev it up and like just release the thing. And it has a return spring, right? It's supposed to close all the way. And it wouldn't do that. It would stay stuck before going all the way back to idle. And so I disconnected the throttle cable, did it, it still does it. I'm like, what the hell? So it's not throttle cable related at all. And I removed the throttle body to actually look at it and feel it and make sure that nothing was binding inside. I cleaned it up, I sprayed it, all the stuff, and everything seemed perfectly smooth, no issues there. And I also looked at the spring. The spring looked okay. I mean, I didn't see any real binding. And the thing is that I confirmed that even with the car off and with the throttle body in my hand, it wouldn't do it. Like it's something to do with the car idling, and
Like a pressure issue.
it's like a vacuum or pressure issue, right? So like it doesn't actually let it close. Like there's enough to where maybe if I had a strong enough return spring, I could make it close all the way, right? And so, but the pedal is already. I mean, it's a very heavy spring on there. I feel like it requires enough effort as it is, and to the point where I'm kind of like not stoked on it. Like I wish it was a little bit lighter, but I think they were trying to figure this out, and I called K-Power, I spoke with them, and they said that it's a known issue and there's no clear smoking gun. So they don't know. So
So is a heavier spring the answer?
A heavier spring is an answer, but I don't like, I mean, as I said, it's already like the throttle's already pretty heavy. Like on the bed, it's already a pretty heavy spring. I feel like it's not necessarily the route I would want to go. So, there is a thing called Facebook, and on Facebook there are groups. There is a K-swapped E30 group.
Oh my God, how do we not hear about this until now?
And so I jumped on there and I said, hey, this is my issue, here's a video. And
did they know you? Were you kind of like strutting around?
Dude, yeah.
Like waving your cape?
No, everybody played it super cool in the responses, and then they DM me like, yo man, big fan, the whole thing.
Yeah. I know the music on the podcast.
Yeah, can I get like an autographed hat or something,
Yeah,
that's cool.
cool.
And so everyone said the same exact thing. It's a known problem.
How many people are part of that group?
What's that?
How many people in that group?
Like 2,200?
What? Yeah. But out of those 2,200, it's just like 3 people have these cars, right?
I don't know.
I mean, I can. Oh, I guess K-swap anything. It's not.
This is K-swap
Yeah.
E30 specifically.
What? Yeah, and there's 2,200 people in this group.
People are stoked. They're like checking it out, Brad. But as you said, maybe there's only a certain percentage of them who actually have the car.
You need to take a poll out of those people who has a K-swap E30, who even knows what they're talking about here.
Yeah. Well,
So, anyways, what are they saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
That's all good. I wanted to confirm the number. Here it is, K-swap E30s. That's what it's actually called. Oh, 2,000 members. It just says